All right. Let's get some packs. We're gonna do some packs. Starting off live. Let some people come on. Started a little late today, but it's okay. Welcome to TikTok Live. Let's see. Okay, people, I'm new to this, so work with me. All right, let's let some people get on. This is what we're doing today. Trick or Trade Booster Bundle. We're gonna open up this. See if we can pull some holos. Pikachus. Umbreons. What else? Some more Gengars. 35 packs. 20 base cards. 20 holos. I'm sure we can fill up the whole set from this Target. It's cheap. So let some people come on. I'm gonna try to do 10 minutes. So a little bit more than 10 minutes, depending how long it takes to open up the packs. So I never do it in this angle. I usually just show from the cards on in my hands, but I want to be able to show, just get used to the set, the setup, and then I bring the cards up here and I kind of just show what I'm pulling. For new people, we're gonna bust open this booster bundle. Trick or Trade packs, not too much value here. I mean, it's for the kids. Halloween's coming up, Halloween theme. So we're gonna see if we can pull all the best holos there and sleeve them up, grade them later. All right. So like I said, I'm new to this live. This is my second time doing live, and so I'm trying out this new setup here. Some kind of weird. 35 packs. What year are these from? This feels kind of weird inside here. Is this one last year? From last year. But it has the Umbreon on there. We want to try to get the Umbreon, so that'll be kind of nice. I have Pikachu, I have the Gengar Holo, but I haven't pulled any Umbreon. So let's see what we get. Subscribe, guys, like, share. I'm going to be doing more lives. Try to keep a consistent flow of oh, we got this guy. Mimikyu, he's a famous one, a popular one of this series. Let's leave that guy up. The Mimikyu Holo. Right off the bat. So that's good. Okay, what's next? Yeah, I'm gonna try to be more consistent with doing lives. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm trying to get a flow and having some people help me out with like creating content and best live practices. Oh, I knew it. This is not the holo, but it's the regular base Umbreon. It's just kind of a weird Umbreon. It's kind of nice. Dude, what the hell? Oh, crap. I don't have any of these. These are so sick. Dude. These are awesome. I'm gonna have to look these up. Get these graded. Dude, these are both in the same pack. Let's see here. This is a holo. This is not a holo. This is a regular base card, but it looks like one of those rares. These are sick. I like this. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Come on. Yeah, the new Mega Evolutions coming out soon. I already saw a lot of pre-open pre-purchases done online, but I think it comes on the 29th. Houndour, Darkrai, Pumpkaboo. Some of these I don't have. It's kind of sick. I like these hollows. Yeah, I don't think this is 2024. I think I had the no, this is 2023. Okay, yeah. I opened up a different year. So that's sick. I like that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do any live breaks of like new products, because it's hard for me to record, and I also post on YouTube and different clips on my Instagram. So if I can find a way to try to record the content for the live, then I might do it on do some of the bigger boxes and sets. Like I said, I like to record and post. Most of my followings are on YouTube, but like I said, I'm still testing the waters on lives on TikTok. I haven't done a live yet on Instagram, so we'll see. Haunter, Teal Mass Agarpon, Graverd. Yeah, this is from a different year. I don't think I opened up the pack from this year, so I've seen a lot of new stuff. This is 2024, but some of these other ones said 2023, so I guess it varies. But Umbreon, we want the Umbreon Hollow. And if there's any Pikachu Hollow, I don't think I have it from this year either. Ghastly, Munkadori, Houndstone. Okay. Not bad. Have a good night, brother. All right. Pull me a Metagross. Okay, let's see if we find a Metagross. Ooh. Iron Jiggles. Pheasantipity. This is a hollow too. Screamtail. There's a lot of new cards in this one. This is sick. I like that. But we already scored with that Umbreon and that Gengar. I don't have those, so that's cool. Okay. Fukoko. Okidogi. Yeah, see, these I haven't seen before. Quaxley. Nice. Not bad. I want to buy some more 151s. I want to get some Japanese boosters because they're cheaper and they have some sick art. So that's what I'll probably get next. Maybe some more White Flare. I didn't really do too good on the last White Flare. Yes, Pikachu. I think I have this one already, but the more the merrier. I want to do some more White Flares. I'm gonna chase that Victini. I like that red Victini and those white cards. So do some more of that, and just random stuff I see on, if I shop around, if I see blister packs or random packs, I'll buy what I see. I like to get feel like I get a deal, when I find randoms out in the wild, Ooh, Fluttermane, hollow, Trevenant. Okay. All right. Or anything that's related to Pikachu, I like to pick up if it's cheap. Litwick, another Mimikyu. Sleeve this guy. Yeah, these are nice. Yeah. So my background, I used to buy, sell, and collect like 10 years ago when my son was younger. He was like 7, 8 years old. Ooh, another Umbreon. So we used to buy all kinds of random Pokemon and just kind of rip and pull and collect the hollows, and then just accumulate a bunch of the bulk, So after a while, after my son got tired of it, or he wanted to buy other things like video games and stuff, I would go and resell all the holograms, and then all the bulk cards that I had to make the money back. So I always feel like I'm always flipping. Plus, that's my hobby on the side. I used to be a flipper. I used to sell at the swap meets, and I sold sports cards, comic book, action figures, like you name it. Um, so that was the first time I was into Pokemon. Was like over 10 years ago when the market was nothing how it is now. Um, so I held on to a lot of different cards that I thought that had value or that were our favorites, and so I kind of kept them. And then once I started seeing how the market was now, I was like, oh, let me get back into it and kind of see what's up. And then I saw how everything was like crazy expensive, like 3 times the value than what it was 10 years ago. You can't even find nothing at Target. You can't find anything in the Walmarts, like anywhere. You have to go online and everything is like high retail price. So I was like, it kind of like discouraged me a little bit, but I said, nah, I can maybe have some fun with it and start creating content, ripping open packs, talking about collections, finding stuff at, yard sales or, swap meets. So I figured maybe I can use it to my advantage and still enjoy the hobby without going broke or without like feeling bad or having like a hustle, just kind of doing it for the joy, creating content, but also getting lucky and pulling stuff that I can maybe eventually sell or trade later on. And there's a lot of good stuff out there. There's a lot of like expensive things, I got more inspired because some of the stuff I had from 10 years ago had like a bunch of value, and I kept it like nice and pristine. So I kind of started off already in the positive because I already had like $800 worth of cards that I thought only had like $50 value. So that's kind of like my starting point, and then like so tapping into the live world of packs and live streaming and content creating, which I kind of already did a little bit of it here and there, but I kind of like tying it all together and trying to be a contender and one of the best out there. But it's a process. You learn as you go, you get better as you go. Serendipity. So I'm learning, but I'm also a collector too. I collect things from the Office, my favorite shows, The Office. I like Back to the Future. My daughter collects anything that has to do with Zoom, Littlest Pet Shop, My Little Pony. So we're constantly out there looking for stuff that are nostalgic, things that we can add to our collection, and so that kind of ties into Pokemon too, because we have like plushies and toys and posters, all kinds of other random things. Okidogi, another Okidogi, another Screamtail. So it's fun. You have fun with it. You don't try to like. It's kind of like gambling, like the stock market. You don't spend money that you don't have, that you're not prepared to lose. So that's how you have to kind of think what Pokemon cards is like. You can't buy like $100 pack or $100 box thinking, oh, I need to double my money and hopefully I can get the best thing here. You have to already think that you already lost $100. Kind of like when you're going to the slot machines, or like you have disposable income to just kind of throw away. You got to do it for the joy of it, of having fun, of being happy, whether you pull or not. And in this case, I'm also creating content, so I'm already like winning, but I'm also not expecting to find the best Charizard hit or the best rare card. And if I do, then great. Then that's even a bonus. But you have to kind of look at it like that, or else you'll feel let down. You'll feel sad. You get depressed because it's like somebody has an addiction. You build these habits of trying to chase that high, and when you don't get it and you spend $20 there, $40 there, it starts to add up. And you're like, crap, I shouldn't spend that. I didn't get what I wanted, and I lost money. And you can't think like that. You have to kind of be like, find the positive and use it to your advantage, and benefit from it. And you keep that positive energy, you're most likely going to always break even or come out ahead. Like the last few random packs that I bought and busted, I was pulling like some of the top cards in the sets, the number 1 card, the number 2 card, randomly without even knowing what I had almost. So that made it even more better because like, oh crap, like I can make an extra $300 and I only spend like $8 or whatever. That makes it more beneficial. It makes it more special because you're winning, and then you're creating content, and people like to see that. They're like, oh my god, he pulled this, he pulled that. it motivates them to go out there and try to do the same thing. But not everybody has the same results. You know, sometimes you might have a bad session. I had a couple of videos where just I pulled just like random nothings. There's certain packs that I bought that were like surprise blind bags that I knew had garbage in it. So the videos I made were kind of like a Snickle Fritz education video. So let's see what did we pull here, and so you can not go buy it. So let me pay for it and buy it and show you, so you can't go out there and do it and waste your money, unless you also want to try to do the same thing and maybe you might get lucky, but you have to kind of like treat it like that. Find reasons, a way to use the market, use the situations to your benefit, but also make it joyful and entertaining. So people are like, hey, I can relate to that. Hey, I like that. Maybe I should try, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Another Umbreon, I want to have so many of these. I might start giving them away. Whoever wants one of these, let me know, because I have like 4 already. And I gotta, like I said, I'm barely getting used to this whole system setup. So I gotta try to find a way to engage more with people. And I think Whatnot always has things like that. They're kind of like live auctions, and people bid. So I might get into that. Ondor. What is this? Sinistrat? Tonkaboo. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get used to this. I've only been doing this for like a month. Getting back into the collecting, into the streaming and content creating, specifically on Pokemon. Most of my content is I do a lot of video game and game app recordings and uploads, or just random skits, or just random content, you know, working out, shopping at the mall, you know, just random stuff throughout the years. So like I enjoyed this completely. Like I said, it lets me collect again. It helps me go and find stuff out in the wild, and then also make some money on the side. You know, later on when I decide to trade and sell, it's kind of cool. And I get my daughter into this, so it's fun. So I can interact with her now. Now that my son's already older, he's kind of out of the hobby. But my daughter, she has a little folder. She's building a collection of like EV cards and stuff. So it's fun to do that with her. Like I said, we also buy other content, other toys and figures and plush. So it's cool. Something to relate to with the children and the kids, you know. These look cool. I like this art here, the Iron Jugulis. Another Okidogi. I still haven't seen a holo Umbreon. I don't know if they had one this year. Maybe it's the year after, but maybe the last few packs. There's how many packs? 1, 2. We still got like 7 or 8 packs left, so it's not good. Who's here? Who's up? Are you not entertained? Let's see. Fukoko, another Pikachu, nice. We have like 5 of these now, so I might give some of these away also. So yeah, I'll probably do a couple of videos of doing tours of my other collectibles I have here. If you guys have any questions or want to see any other collections, let me know. Or I'll show my folder that I've been stacking. I might show right now at the end if we have time. Of what I've accumulated so far. I have one folder that's like the for sale and trade folder, and then there's my personal folder where I've been putting all the ones that I collect, or the high-end cards that I may want to sell if the price is right, or trade. I usually wait like a year, and then I decide to go flip and go buy new stuff, more stuff. Another Mimikyu. Cool. I'm only sleeving the ones I think they're gonna have value, or I can grade and add to the collection. So yeah, a story that I had, I did a video of it when I first got into the hobby again, which was like a month ago or so. Another Gengar, nice. Um, I went to the swap meet, and not knowing too much about the industry or the hobby or what was out there or what to look out for, I kind of blindly kind of just like went out there looking for stuff, and I picked up like four booster boxes from like random vendors. One of them, a lady, she had three. Another guy had one, and another guy had one. So I bought four booster boxes of random different series. You know, one was like XY. I like to say, if I would have done my research, I should have known, but I didn't do any research. Like I said, so one was like XY. You know, another one was Evolving Stars. Like some of the best stuff out there. So, you know, I went to one last vendor as I was leaving to say, "Hey, man, can you check these out and let me know what I have and whatever?" And he himself told me like, "Oh my God, you have this and that, and that's worth this much, and that's worth that much." He said, "Hey, I'll give you $200 for that box," because I had two of them of the same. So I said, "Okay, sure." So I sold him one box at 200. I paid 180 for all four boxes. Okay, I sold him one box for 200. So right there, I already made my money, but I made $40, and I still had three boxes. And then he offered me another 250 for some other box that I had, and then for that one I had looked on online and I saw that it was going for like $400, $500. I said, I'm gonna hold on to it. You know, thanks. So I held on to them, left thinking I had like thousands of dollars worth of like product, whatever. So then I went to a card shop that I usually go to that I used to sell holograms and stuff like for years and years. And I said, "Hey man, can you take a look at these and let me know what I got, any value, or if you're interested in buying?" And he immediately, when he looked at that, he was like, "Oh yeah, these are fake," like straight out. I was like, "What?" And one of them, I kind of assumed it because the way the packaging was, it was like a little loose, and some of the art looked like a little faded, like it kind of been like sitting in the sun. But he's like, "Yeah, these are all fake," you know. And then I felt like, oh, I felt kind of bad, and I was like upset. I wasn't too much upset because I didn't lose any money, but I felt like discouraged because I was like, really, like these people are out here selling straight up like reproduced fake products, sealed, that, you know, any person that was like a mom or dad or a child that's new to the industry would have no idea that it was like fake. So I went online and started looking up and started seeing like, okay, yeah, you know, all these different obvious signs of why it's fake. You know, some of the lettering, some of the packaging features. Um, so it was kind of good that I went through that because I got to learn about what to look out for, how the industry is, you know, with the hobby, and that you got to like be careful. Be careful where you're buying from. Uh, know the product, know the prices, know the values, and so I decided to kind of, like I said, use it to my advantage. I started making videos about showing fake product, open up the fake product, what it looks like, where I bought it from, and all the signs that you can look for to avoid, you know, being a victim to a scam. You know, scammers. Um, I'm gonna post all the good stuff I have here. Let's see here. So like I said, it was a learning lesson. Like I said, they didn't cost me money. I actually made $40 from that sale, and I actually feel bad because I sold the other guy something that was, I'm pretty sure, fake too. Um, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't sell him the other one, because I would have felt really bad that I made what, $440 from some random guy. I would have felt like, you know, bad. So I wasn't too bad because I only made him pay $200. But like I said, I paid 180, made $40, got to make content, and it made me a little bit more assertive and more defensive when I'm out there looking for product. After that, I only went to Walmart.com to find stuff because I just didn't trust anybody, anything else out there. Even loose packs, it's kind of hard to tell on some of the loose packs what's legit. I mean, now I can kind of tell now because you can look at the crinkles, you can look at the centering, some of the colors of the art, and then also knowing your vendors, who are you buying from? Is it from a store? Is it GameStop? Is it, you know, a reputable vendor? So it made me be more alert and not so gullible, but also to do my research, go online, compare prices, compare product, look at what it looks like, look at prices. If it's too good to be true, it's probably fake. You know, why is it so low? Has it been tampered? Has it been resealed? A lot of little things you learn as a collector, first starting off. So, and these are things I didn't even think about 10 years ago, because I was usually buying straight from Target, straight from Walgreens, Rite Aid. So I was always getting the best product that was on the shelf, or even on eBay back then. You can get the well, it's like kind of like the insurance where you can return it and you get your refund. And but even back then, I was kind of looking at what I was buying, because I was even buying single cards of EXs and Mega Evolutions and all kinds of other stuff. And I was never ripped off. I was never buying, fake stuff back then. But now, like I said, the industry, the hobby is like a mess. It's hard to find good products. It's hard to find sealed product, and it's hard to get discounts. So, all right. So this is what we pulled from the Trick or Trade. So how many Umbreons? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Umbreons. How many Gengars? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not bad. Mimikyus. 1, 2, 3. Was it like 4 of each? Huh. And the Pikas. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good. And a whole bunch of other stuff here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make a folder of me trying to complete the whole set here. Pretty sure I have the whole set here. Supposed to be 20 holos, 20 base cards. And I'll kind of show, I'm gonna grab my other folder here. We'll do a couple more minutes here, finish off the half hour. Okay. We'll show a little bit of what I've accumulated so far from the PC. Oh, I dropped some of the cards, the jumbo cards. Yeah, I pulled that Groudon. I pulled that Blastoise full art rare. This Pikachu, I had this 10 years ago and I saved it, and now it's worth over $100 by itself raw. So that was one of the best. I thought that was pretty sick that I was able to hold on to that. This one I also held on to from 10 years ago. This is like mint. I don't know, like raw is like probably $30, $40. This one's new. This one's new. This is old. I had this 10 years ago. This one, if you guys can look this one up, this is like the reverse holo Reshiram. I looked this up. If you get this graded PS10, why did it say it was like $4,000? Is that real? Is that true? Because I'm excited if I grade this, and if it's like a 9 or 10, it's gonna be like insane money. See the glare in there? The holo Reshiram. This is like perfect condition. I've had it in here like 10 years. So that's like crazy to me. I know a lot of people don't like Mr. Mime, but he's like an underdog, and at one time on Pokemon Go, he was like goated. So I collect Mr. Mime cards. And I know PokeRed, it's funny to see him play or open, because he always throws all the Mr. Mime cards off. He should just send them to me, because I will collect them and put them in my folder. Mr. Mime, Mr. Mime. Some Snorlaxes up there. Yeah, I've had this one for like 9 years, 10 years. This is new. A lot of the Eevee evolutions. This Umbreon I have for like 9 years too, and this is almost mint condition, pretty mint. This is new. These are new here. These I've had for years. This is new. Also, this Lucario I've had for a while too. This is the reverse. If you get, like I said, you get these graded. I have some high money. That's like a 9 or a 10. And I also collect Pikachus. Here's some more Eevees. Some of the Eevees. Some Japanese I pulled. Chinese. Some of them are like Chinese. A lot of these, some of these I've had for years too, like the original. I was going to show the Halloween ones. What the hell are here? Where are you at? Yeah, here's another Gengar. See, this looks different from the Gengar we just pulled with the Halloween stamp there. And here's another Pikachu from another year, the Halloween stamp. This Lapras I've had for like 9 years. Well, here's some newer ones I just pulled in the last week. Charmander, another Mr. Mime down there. Glaceon, Zapdos, a couple of promo cards. So that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Like I said, I'm gonna try to come on here every once in a while, at least a couple of days per week. If I'm able to figure out how to keep the recording so I can put it onto YouTube, or maybe just save some clips and put them onto the stories. Subscribe, comment, like. I'm also on Instagram, Mr. Ruben Presents, YouTube, Mr. Ruben Presents. I'm not really too much on Facebook too much, but I have a Mr. Ruben page on there too. I make music, I make beats, write songs, all that. So a little bit of everything, but like I said, right now lately I've been on the Pokemon grind. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, see you, crap.